Shalom. We'd like to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to Lek out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, and I'm the brother Shalom. To my left is
Kahan.
All right, and we just just on the road real quick, and just decided to jump into the spirit, and the name of this lesson will be entitled "New Levels, Stronger Devils." All right, new levels, stronger devils. So I'm gonna start off with the book of Ephesians 6 and 10, and it reads, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And just getting into this, Satan is always trying to devise some sort of tactic to come up against you as you constantly try to go stronger within the Lord. Whether you building upon your faith, whether you building upon more understanding, it's so many different things that the Lord put us through, to build us up for the battle of that great day. But in the midst of that, we gotta have to know that, hey, we gotta tread these waters of wickedness, all around us, man, that are constantly trying to surround us, to actually get us to fall, to the different ways that Satan has planned for us, man. So every step of the way is going to be a new feat, a new height, or a new challenge, that you have to overcome. And that's the only way to get stronger. And as much as Satan believes that, he's going to break our will, we know that in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, these things are only going to make us stronger, So I'll continue on. And I'll read verse 12 again. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places," right? And when you think about it, as we know that we're constantly putting up prayers unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua to destroy this place, Satan and his minions are on the opposite end. They're putting up prayers against us in the world as well, and that's why prayer is so important, because the prayers that we put up helps to counteract, the evils and the things that Esau, and the things that are around us are constantly trying to put up against us, man. So the biggest way and the strongest way to fight back is actually with prayer, and then followed by your actions, man. They goes hand in hand, So you got something you want to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say how, Yahweh Shah, remember, Yahweh Shah said in Matthew the 5th chapter how he basically put this word in us, and this word, as it is written of in Proverbs 6 and 23, how the word is a lamp. So this word, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua made us a lamp, and Yahweh Shai basically highlighted us, to the world as far as his knowledge is concerned, and as well as in the spiritual realm. Yahweh Shai, he's gloating about us in the spiritual realm too. Like in the story of Job, he says, "Thou consider my servant," and I forgot where it's at, but you speak about how we are made like a spectacle to angels into the world. This word is the strength. This is the strength, the wisdom. This is everything.
Verse 13, it says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand." And that's why we have to be built up in all different types of ways, how the scriptures is about to get into, because it's all to withstand the battle of the evil day. Because it's that one day that we're all waiting for, where Esau is going to truly try to come at us with that, that MOTB, with his temptation, and we're hoping to pass that test. We're hoping to stand tall. So this is why we have to do, how it says, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So we have to put our best foot forward every single day to constantly grow in spirit and in truth and in righteousness, so that hopefully the Most High is gracious enough to give us the faith enough to stand within that times, because we know that the rest of the world is going to fold, but at least we stand a chance in this great race to actually battle Satan, because we're doing it every single day. So verse 14, it says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh.
Yeah, because even you gotta remember in Matthew the 4th chapter, Luke the 4th chapter, Satan know the scriptures too. Like we always say, how you're gonna have these churches in the last days, they're gonna try to use Romans 13 to get you to take the microchip, which is the MOTB. So we gotta know the scriptures, as it is also written, a workman needeth not to be ashamed. You got it. Give diligence to make it calling and election sure. That's another one. Which I know you always go into it when you go into those two precepts, study to show thyself approved, to give diligence. That word study and diligence actually means the same thing.
Yeah, that's 1 Timothy 2:15, I believe. And like I was saying here in verse 16, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. So you got to think about that, right? Satan is constantly, shooting at us, man. With his arrows, man. Hoping that he can do something to break our faith, man. You might get shot in the foot with arrow, might get shot in the arm with arrow, wherever in the body. But this is why we taking up the shield of faith, so that, some things we're going to be able to block, and some things going to actually hit us hard. But those things that actually wind up hitting us, we have to take that into a strength. We have to, pull that fiery dart out, banish that up by prayer and by faith and by just being more steadfast in the word, man, and healing up from those wounds. Because when the body is healing up from a wound, like how they say, like with a broken bone, when a bone breaks, when it grows back stronger. So this is constantly how we want to be in the faith, that every time we go through something, in this physical world, that we're actually being built up stronger in the faith day by day, or constantly by our trials and tribulations, man. That's what it's all about. So it's like every time we're, you might notice it, you might get to a certain point that you feel as though that, you are in the spirit, or you've been feeling good for a while, ain't too much been going on, and all of a sudden Satan just come on, bow, 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 just shooting them darts at you. It's like, oh, where all this go from? But you're able to counteract that, because in spirit that these things are supposed to happen, and you're supposed to stand tall through it all. Like how wicked dudes in the streets try to say, oh yeah, I ain't gonna snitch, I'm gonna stand tall through it all. So it's like, hey, when you taking your lick from Satan, you gotta know how to stand tall through it all, man. You can't allow those things to make you buckle. You're gonna feel the punches and the darts and stuff at times, but it's all about that perseverance and how you're gonna make it through adversity over and over and over and over, until it builds up that calluses to where this is really nothing to you, man. So real quick, let me go to the book of Luke 4 and 13. I'm just get straight to the point, because we all know in Luke 4, this is basically where, Satan, comes to Yahushua, and he's tempting him after he's, fasted, for those 40 days, and things of that nature. So I'm just read the point that I want to get, Luke 4 and 13. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season, right? So that lets you know that Satan is going to come in spurts and in seasons. So how we grow? We grow in spurts and in seasons when we're being tried. Because we know how the scriptures say in the book of, what is it? I believe it's in Psalms, if I'm not mistaken, or it's Ecclesiastes. Matter of fact,
everything is the time and season.
That one too, but it's another one that I'm thinking about. Ecclesiastes. Hold on, real quick. Let me see if I can hunt it down. For Satan trying to steal a thought out my head, man. What was I thinking? Ecclesiastes. Matter of fact, it's one of my favorite scriptures too. Ecclesiastes, I believe it's 7:2, 7:3. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7:3. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. So at the times when you're not going through a whole lot, you know what, or say for instance, like somebody's watching a movie, you know, something just about laughter and things like that. Most of the times you just worried about enjoying yourself, enjoying a movie. You're not really thinking about learning nothing. But when you're watching a movie that's more serious or that has more of a plot twist or something to it, you know, you're actually thinking about things. So it's the same way when you're actually going through things, you know, in the flesh. You know, you're going to wind up reflecting on what could I have done better in this situation? What's something I could do better going forward? How can I prevent this from happening? So on and so forth. So when Satan comes in those spurts and in those seasons, those are the times for us to really grow, man. Because we have to grow through adversity. What is it in Acts 14:22? Through much tribulation shall ye enter into the kingdom. So every step of the way, that was a whole new level for Yahawashi right there, man. He basically, you know, it's like unlocking levels on a game, on a video game. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through the obstacle course, through the maze. You got to get through hellfire, whatever you got to get through on whatever type of game you're playing to unlock that new level and get to the next board or to get to the next mission. So that's what we're trying to do. We're constantly trying to grow and unlock new levels in the spirit so that we can be ready for whatever Satan has planned for us and however the Lord wants us to be built up for us to be able to withstand in that evil day, man. You know?
Hey, you know, at the end of the day, the elect is going to understand. I was, you know, because I think, I want to say in Matthew 4 where it says, like, after Satan departed, the angels came and ministered unto him.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So that understanding is going to come, but you just got to wait it out, you know, and that's the hard part. Yeah. Whereas the scripture the brother just read, take ye upon the shield of faith. You see, what is faith? Faith is the evidence of things not seen. You know, what's that? How's that scripture go?
Yeah, faith is the evidence of things not seen. Yeah, hold on, let me grab it.
Substance of things hoped for, or something.
Yeah, let me grab it.
You know, because it's all about the after effect, you know?
Oh, damn, I'm thinking of Ephesians 2:8. What's that one? Damn,
Hebrews 11:1.
Yeah, Hebrews 11, yeah. Yeah, Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yep, and you know, as you got to kind of be like a Floyd Mayweather, or like a retired boxer, but he's not really retired. You know, he's always in the gym. He's always practicing. So even when things so-called seem okay, you got to know that it's going to, you know what I'm saying, bad times will come, you know? And it's going to get worse for everybody. Like the scriptures say, you know, it's going to be a time of temptation that's going to test the world, you know? So we got to appreciate the level ups.
Con. All right, so this is, real quick, 1 Maccabees 2:51, and it says, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name. Because when you look all throughout the history books, right, what do people try to do, attempt to do great things or to etch their name in history, so to speak, right? So when we look at our records, we see great men who've etched their name into the kingdom, into the book of life, man, by their acts and by their deeds, by the trials and tribulations they went through, by standing tall in the face of adversity, standing tall stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So they will have great honor in the everlasting name. They just waiting to receive that great honor in that everlasting name. But in today's time, look, we speaking about those great men generations and generations later. You know, which we hope to be some of those men, starting off with the apostles and elders of the great millstone, you know, in this present time, you know. So call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor in the everlasting name. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness? Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Phineas, Our father, and being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Yahushua, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. And Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, by believing, were saved out of the flame. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of the lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. So that's the whole point, is that having that faith so that we could be able to overcome all things. Because if we look at these great examples, these are things that the Lord want etched into our minds. Because when Esau comes to us with that ultimate temptation, we're not going to be able to have physical Bibles within our hands, right? To be able to go back over scriptures and go back over stories and things, right? So this is why the word has to be in us, man. So that when the hard times come, scriptures to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord going to speak to you in an instant, man, because it's going to be in you. Think about, we always got to mention what the book of Eli, he had it in him, man. Constantly, he had it in him to know that, hey, when I go through this situation, the scripture popped in mind. You know, just think about when we have random conversations, you know, amongst ourselves within a brotherhood. We'll be like, oh, this scripture. Oh, brother, this is this scripture. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. Because, real quick, let me grab Proverbs, a quick example, right? Proverbs 3 and 25. It says, Proverbs 3 and 25, be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh, right? Because when fear comes, it comes suddenly, right? Now, even though we know what to expect, right? We know that, martial law is going to come. We know World War III is going to come. All these things are going to happen, but still, when that instant it happened, like, you know what I mean? It's going to be a whole different feeling. You know what I'm saying? So fear comes within an instant, right? But in the midst of that fear, you have to allow, yourself to calm down. Like, as you say, you have to be calm in that moment and allow the Most High work through you, because we know that Satan works through fear. So you can't allow that sudden fear to eat you up. You have to keep a calm mind and a calm spirit to allow the Lord to work through you so he could work his wonders, man. You know? Real quick, you got something?
Yeah, I was thinking about that that scripture in Luke 21, your patience possessing your souls.
Oh, yeah.
Going to what you were saying about, allowing the Lord to work through you. I believe the brother Tazawa always says that, like, you got to give the Lord a chance.
Yeah. Matter of fact, since you quoted that, let me just grab it.
I think it's 19 or something like that.
It's either 21 or 19. Let me see. Yeah. I started Luke 21, and I'm started verse 12. It says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons.
Hey, we're getting close to that time now when you go into what's that, Matthew 24, when Yahushua speaks of wars and rumors of wars. But he said, don't be startled, for this is not the end. But then shall they take you and persecute you. And when you look at what's going on in the world, you gotta understand that that's coming. That's on its way.
Delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not an hair on your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. So what does that mean? ultimately, but to possess your soul, meaning get a grip, you know, keep a hold of that faith that you've been had. Don't lose it within that instant. Don't let that, as we got in Proverbs 3:25, don't let that sudden sense of fear in the flesh overcome all that you've been doing in the spirit and override that, man. You know, that's the beautiful thing about it, because our spirit is supposed to control our flesh, not let your flesh control your spirit. The world lets their flesh control their spirit, but us in the spirit, we know that it's supposed to be the spirit controlling the flesh, right? So if you settle in it within your mind that all of these things shall come to pass, and knowing that fear comes in an instant, you know, you should be able to embrace it that much more better, because that's what all the preparation and all the work is for, right? It's for those great moments. When you look at basketball and football and things like that, right? They practice, they train, they do this and the third, what? For those big moments. You know what? That's why Jordan hit those big shots in those big moments, right? For the championship and things of that nature. One championship, he passed it off on to Steve Kerr. Another one, he passed it off on to Paxson, did the same play. It's all about those big moments. We're doing everything for those big moments, man. You know? So,
Yahweh said to Job, he said, gird yourself up like a man, for I will require of thee. So the Lord gonna call your number at some point.
Yeah.
He didn't give it his word just to, you know, a lot of guys think the Lord just gave him his word just to be out there to look good. Nah, the Lord gave you his word, you know, to cast down the adversary. And now Yahweh said, I will destroy them with the spirit of my mouth, then by the brightness of my coming. You know, so our role is very pivotal, man.
Yeah, so you had something else for them?
I think, what was that scripture in Job 13? Is it 13 and 15? I forgot exactly how it goes, though.
What you think about?
Damn, I forgot that scripture. You can just grab it. I think it's Job 13 and 13 or 13 and 15. I forgot exactly how it goes. I just know that's where it's at.
Job 13 and 15, though he slay me, that one?
Though he slay me. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Job 13 and 15. Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain my own ways before him.
Yep. And you know, it's easier said than done. But as with everything, you know, when you constantly doing something repetitiously, it's second nature when it comes. You know?
Yeah, so, you know, in conclusion, you know, once again, this lesson was entitled, you know, New Levels, Stronger Devils. So, you know, we have to do our best to constantly level up in the spirit, and just knowing that, you know, things are only going to get tougher, you know. Things are only going to get tougher. So as things get tougher, you know, in a bit harder, you know, we should be able to embrace things a lot more, you know. It's all about, like I said before, you know, building up that callous in the spirit, you know, knowing the wiles of Satan, knowing how you're going to constantly come up against you, and knowing and understanding that, hey, we are truly fighting spiritual wickedness, man. That's what it's all about. You know, you could be mad at somebody in the flesh, you could be mad at this in the flesh, but it's all spiritual. It's all spiritual, man. So always keep that in mind, you know, in order to level up. So with that, you know, we hope this segment was edifying, and we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, and Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor, love, and true sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.